Hello, my darling footprinters. Chrissy here. I'm gonna do this quick, and then set it to upload. Now, before the State of the Union, I did a quick reading on whether Trump was going to shoot himself in the foot during the speech. He didn't really. It was full of lies and all that, and dark rhetoric, and trying to scare people. But his whole speech was stolen from him by Nancy Pelosi. All the attention was stolen by Nancy Pelosi's action. He's not happy with that. Now, he's going to make a speech at 12 noon your time, which is Eastern Standard Time, which is, or whether it's Central Time, whatever. Anyway, it's midnight, 1, 2 o'clock in our time. Anyway, so I thought I'd do a quick reading and see if he's going to shoot himself in the foot with this, with crowing and all that. And I said to somebody, one of my viewers said, oh, he's going to be crowing about it. I said, let him crow. I said, it's just white noise to most people and they won't listen. And I still believe that's true. But is he going to do something to stuff up? So I'm going to do a 5-card situation, challenge, guidance, focus and outcome. I went and I bought the Lightseers Tech. I sort of liked it and wasn't too sure about it, and I almost got it last week. No, I'm not getting it. And then I went into the shop today and it was still there, and I picked it up and I looked at it and thought about it and picked it up again, and it's like, yeah, because there's quite a lot of the cards that do attract me, and because when you're watching people use them, you don't see all of the cards. Now I go through every deck and look at every card, and there's some really nice cards. I like this, the Ace of Swords. Look at that, thoughts twirling in this woman's head. It's like she can't stop it. It's a continue going down the rabbit hole, sort of. That's interesting. Anyway, so I'm going to use this new deck and do a 5-carder on will Trump shoot himself in the foot. So but first I'm just going to pause for a minute. I just stopped for a couple of minutes to do my prayer of protection. So I've been getting home and just really excited about hopping on and doing some readings and stuff, and yeah. Now, one of my things, when I asked for suggestions about mysteries that I can look at, one of the lovely subscribers said, can I do Amelia Earhart? I will. I'll look at her. I'll look at whether that was her shoe found on that island. Okay? And a couple of other questions. Anyway, back to Trump. Will he shoot himself in the foot with his speech? Will he shoot himself in the foot with his speech? Let's have a look. Okay. 9 of Cups. That's him, and he's jumping up and down and crowing at the moment because he got what he wanted, and he's celebrating at the moment. But you know what? All of these cups are in the air. They're all going to have to come down to earth, and this person's going to have to come down to earth at some point too. So that's really interesting, the 9 of Cups there. I love that different decks, show different aspects of things. So anyway. Okay, situation. Trump's speech. 4 of Swords. Is he going to restrain himself a little bit? Or he might even back out of it. This is a card of retreat and rest. yeah, he feels like he's wanting to have a rest after a long battle. Yeah, with his 1 hour day of work. Yeah. Okay. That's interesting. I might get a clarifier on that later. But there's some form of retreat, or maybe someone's going to talk him out of giving the blasting he wants to give and try and get him to be restrained. What's the challenge here? The Knight of Wands. The challenge is that he's to stop himself from charging in and delivering a fiery, vindictive speech. And yeah, the Knight of Wands reversed. I mean, if the Knight of Wands reversed, if you don't share their passions, they can write you off at their worst. So if you're not with him, you're against him, and he's going to make that very, very clear, I think, or he wants to make that very, very clear, and he wants to say, I'm going to punish so and so and so and so, and the challenge is to not do that. How they're going to do that, I don't know. Guidance for him on his Six of Pentacles. This is the sharing card. It's also the money laundering card. It's also, this is interesting because it's got the infinity symbol there. This is sharing, but it's not about money or anything. It's sharing too much information. These coins are just bigger, getting bigger and bigger. So, you know, if all these coins go into this person's hands, they're not going to be able to hold them. It's going to be too much. So I think he's got to concentrate on not spilling too much information. The focus of the speech. Oh. People made the right decision. The Senate made the right decision. This is the Two of Swords. And those who made the wrong decision, well, Crows are going to come down and pluck your eyes out. This is just, like in the original Cinderella story, the stepsisters, they mutilated their feet to try and fit into the slippers, and Crows came down and plucked their eyes out. It's a pretty grim story, the original one. And he's saying, you know, those of you who didn't treat me like the princess I am, or the prince I am, those of you who did everything you could to bring me down but still failed, well, you're going to be in for a nasty time because you made the wrong decision. That's the focus of it for him. Threatening people. What's the outcome of the speech for him? The High Priestess. It's going to actually really help somebody else's agenda. The High Priestess. I think this is Nancy, and I think it's really going to help with her agenda to get him out of office. I might do a clarifier on that, but first I want to do a clarifier on the Four of Swords, this retreat and rest of the situation. Retreat after battle. Two of Wands. Oh, he's got big plans. He's got big plans. He's there, and this girl is looking out there, and she's holding his wands, and it's like, I'm going to take on anyone and prove that I can take on anyone and win. So that's just what he's planning. Might do another clarifier. And the Chariot. I'll tell you what. The situation is now, the Chariot is about victory and all that, but I also see it, especially when I see it like this, This person's on top of the chariot, but he's got no reins on the horses. The horses are just out of control, doing their own thing. And the look on his face is like, oh, fudge. What's going to happen? I think he's out of control. Despite what the advice that he's not going to listen to any of it. Let's have a look here at the outcome with the High Priestess. Three of Pentacles, group work, people are working together in the house. People are still working together to bring him down. That hasn't changed. And the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is usually the fastest moving knight. This person is is heading towards a motorcycle. It's just, he's just going to charge in there, say what he wants to say. He's going to create more chaos, and it's still going to help Nancy's agenda. Yeah, I think he really is going to shoot himself in the foot. This is a good deck of cards. I'm glad I bought it. Very interesting. The different interpretations of things, and you know, the visuals. It's also, you know, about not sharing too much information. Don't share too much. But this infinity symbol here, it's like there's so much that he shouldn't be sharing, and he overshares. I think he overshares. I might do that on the guidance. Do another card on the guidance. Five of Swords. Oh yeah. Yes, you've won, but there's no honour in it. This is the victory without honour. Remember that. Try and remember that. Be humble. He's not going to be humble. He's going to, yeah. Anyway, my darlings, that's all I'm going to do for this evening. So I'm going to get this put together and start uploading it ASAP. I love you all, as always. Welcome to any new subscribers and everything. Thank you for the lovely comments I've been getting. And, yeah, everyone look after themselves. Look after your health. And I will see you at the next reading. Love you all. Bye-bye.